If you're looking forward to Dawn of War 4, then there's a brand new media interview that shows off and confirms that the Dark Angels is going to be a part of that game, but unintentionally, they may have revealed that a Primarch is also going to be a part of that game. Let's jump in, let's look at the interview, let's talk about it, and of course, let's get waffling. Now, I'm going to put the footage in the background. This was taken from a German article. I'll put the original article in the description of this video in case you want to go read it, but of course, it's all in German. A chap of mine called Oathkeeper translated this. This video is basically a part of a regional broadcast. It's like going into a gaming company and asking them what they do, what they're all about. Confirmation that there's around 200 people working on Dawn of War 4 at this point. And of course, as you've seen in the background right now, the TV company's showing off what they're working on the monitors. And one of those things, of course, is the Dark Angels. Confirmation right there. Dark Angel Executioner tank. Now, I will say right at the start, I'm not sure if this is like multiplayer assets, single player assets, and the Dark Angels going to be assisting the Blood Ravens in the campaign. Absolutely no idea at this point. The only thing that we can say is that the Dark Angels are definitely getting assets in this game. And when I say assets, I mean things like the Blade Guard that are in the background that are painted in the Deathwing colors, which makes sense in terms of lore because they're veterans and that's how they're painted. There was also a hint of a potential Deathwing Terminator. There was a quick shot where you get to see a little bit of a monitor, and in that monitor you see a red Stormbolter and again the same coloured Deathwing colours on what appears to be a Terminator model. So Deathwing, Terminators, Blade Guard, Dark Angels, they're definitely a part of this game. Now, something else which was posted in this video was a little bit of code that they didn't blur out, and this has got a lot of people talking, myself included, that potentially the Lion may also be appearing in this game. Primarchs confirmed in Dawn of War 4. I'm not too sure. There's two ways to look at this. Yes, it could be the Lion appearing in the game, or it's a unit called the Lion, like the Repulsor tank may be called the Lion, like the Lion's Vengeance or something like that. There's a couple of ways to look at this, but it would be awesome that if we got to play a Primarch in a strategy game. The only time a Primarch has appeared in a strategy game, as I'm aware of, is Mortarion in the Chaos Gate series. You know, that came out a couple of years ago, if I'm not mistaken, and we didn't get to play him. We got to fight against him. Now, again, I'm not saying this is single player. Maybe this is multiplayer. Maybe you get to deploy Lionel Johnson, Gilliman, Fulgrim, Mortarion, Angron, Magnus, right? In the multiplayer aspect of the game. They haven't got into the details of that yet, so we don't really know. It's all theory. It's all just mad speculation at this point, but the name in the code has got a lot of people talking. They're definitely ramping up the media cycle of this game now. They've just done an AMA over on their Discord server, which answered a lot of questions. One that really stood out to me is modding, where they're like, we really want to talk about that, but we're going to wait at this point, which kind of confirms to me, again, maybe I'm looking at this the wrong way, that modding will be in the game. As I've always said, modding really made the original Dawn of War games. Without the modding scene, I don't think the original Dawn of War game would be as popular as it is today. Same with like Space Marine and stuff like that. Like, look at the Space Marine 2 mods that we've just got recently, like multiple players in the game, custom armor slots and stuff, people putting Terminators in there, you can play as Guard, Necrons and stuff. The modding community keeps these games alive, so I think they'd be stupid not to add modding into there, so I'm really looking forward to see what they say about that. But there's a bunch of things that have been answered. Again, the media cycle is definitely circling up. When's this game going to be out? Next year, of course. I don't see it coming soon, and probably mid 2026. There's a lot of big games that are coming now for Warhammer 40,000. Total War 40k is supposed to be announced this December with a Total War big show, so I definitely see them wanting to put this game out before the Total War hype so people get to jump on and play this game. What is going to come with this game? Are the Dark Angels going to launch with it? Are they going to be like a DLC faction? Are they going to be part of the campaign? Again, is this just multiplayer assets? I'm not too sure at this point. All I can say is that the footage in the background doesn't lie. They're working on Dark Angel stuff, but they could be working on Black Templar stuff, Imperial Fist stuff, Crimson Fist stuff, right? Ultramarine stuff. I absolutely have no idea, but we do know that the Dark Angels are definitely involved in Dawn of War 4. Anyway, that is enough waffling from me, as always. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. I would love to get your feedback on this. Do you think Lionel Johnson is going to appear in this game? Is the code just being misconceived at this point? What do you think the Dark Angels role is in the game? Are they going to be in the single player? Are they going to be in the multiplayer? Is this multiplayer assets? Is this single player assets? One thing, actually, before I do go, I was going to leave. I'm not leaving. One thing I was going to say is that one of the things I read in an article is that they didn't want to have Gabriel Angelos in the game because they felt he was too powerful. So if you're getting rid of Gabriel Angelos, which I think is a lie as well, by the way, I think he is going to appear in the campaign, just like Calgar appeared in the Space Marine 2 campaign. I just don't think he's going to be the main character you use in that game. I think that's what they was trying to say in that article. But yes, let me know your thoughts. Let me know your feedbacks down below. I'm have a nice little chin wag down there, as we always do. See you now. Have a great day, and bye-bye.